Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm really glad you found us. Around here, we dive into your content niche topic, share stories, and break down everything you've been curious about. So if that sounds like your kind of vibe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. For years, Cesar Millan was one of the most recognizable faces on television. Known to millions as the Dog Whisperer, he wasn't just another animal trainer, he was a phenomenon. With his calm, assertive energy, his knack for transforming aggressive or unruly dogs, and his unique philosophy of discipline, exercise, and affection, Cesar built an empire that stretched across TV screens worldwide. But then, almost as quickly as he rose, it seemed like he disappeared. His show ended. Controversies mounted. Lawsuits and criticisms poured in. And at one point, Cesar himself reached rock bottom both personally and professionally. So, what really happened to Cesar Millan? Where did he go, and how did he come back? Today, we're going to explore the incredible, complicated, and sometimes controversial journey of the man who went from an undocumented immigrant to one of the most famous dog trainers in the world. Early life, the roots of the Dog Whisperer. Cesar Millan wasn't born into fame. He was born on August 27, 1969, in Culiacan, Sinaloa, Mexico. Life there wasn't glamorous. His family was humble, and Cesar grew up on a farm where animals, especially dogs, were a central part of daily life. From an early age, people noticed something different about Cesar. He had a natural connection with dogs. Stray dogs would follow him home, and he always seemed to know how to calm even the most aggressive ones. In fact, kids in his neighborhood gave him the nickname El Purr, the dog boy. But as much as he loved dogs, Cesar also had dreams. Big dreams. He wanted to move to the United States and become the greatest dog trainer in the world, just like the ones he'd seen on TV. So at just 21 years old, Cesar made a life-changing decision. He crossed the border into the United States undocumented, scared, and alone. The struggle in America. When Cesar arrived in California, life wasn't easy. He had no family there, no money, and no way to communicate in English. For a while, he was homeless. He cleaned cars, washed dishes, and took whatever jobs he could to survive. But he never gave up on his dream of working with dogs. Slowly, he started walking dogs for wealthy clients in Los Angeles. It wasn't long before Cesar was walking as many as 30 to 40 dogs at a time, often without leashes, completely in control. That caught the attention of big names. Soon, celebrities like Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and others became his clients. The rise of the Dog Whisperer. In 2004, everything changed. National Geographic launched Dog Whisperer with Cesar Millan. The show was unlike anything audiences had seen before. It wasn't just about training dogs, it was about rehabilitating them, and more importantly, training people. Cesar's philosophy of exercise, discipline, and affection in that order struck a chord. Viewers were fascinated watching him take the most aggressive pit bulls, nervous chihuahuas, and disobedient Labradors, and transform them within minutes. The show became an international hit, running for 9 seasons and over 150 episodes. Cesar wasn't just a dog trainer anymore, he was a celebrity. He wrote best-selling books, launched a magazine, built a training center, and even opened the Dog Psychology Center in Los Angeles. But fame has a way of magnifying everything, the good and the bad. The American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior even issued statements cautioning owners against imitating his techniques. Critics said his methods were more about entertainment than science. And then came the lawsuits. One of the most famous involved a dog named Gunner, a Labrador mix who was featured on the Dog Whisperer. The owners claimed that after Cesar's training methods, the dog suffered injuries and trauma. While many lawsuits were dismissed or settled quietly, they created a growing shadow over his reputation. Animal rights groups like PETA also became some of his loudest critics, accusing him of being cruel rather than compassionate. For the first time, the public began to wonder, was Cesar really the dog whisperer, or just a TV illusion? Personal struggles, hitting rock bottom. While the professional world was heating up with controversy, Cesar's personal life was unraveling. In 2010, his beloved pit bull, Daddy the dog who had been his right-hand partner on the show and a symbol of calm energy, passed away at the age of 16. Losing Daddy was like losing a part of himself. That same year, his wife Illusion filed for divorce after 16 years of marriage. The separation devastated Cesar, both emotionally and financially. But perhaps the darkest moment came in 2010, when Cesar admitted he tried to take his own life. He later said in interviews that he didn't want to be here anymore. Fortunately, he survived, and he credits his dogs, along with the support of his family, for pulling him back from the edge. It was at this rock-bottom moment that Cesar realized he had to rebuild his life. The reinvention. Instead of walking away from the spotlight, Cesar fought his way back. He launched a new series, Cesar Millan's Leader of the Pack, followed by Cesar 911, and later Cesar Millan, Better Human, Better Dog. These shows focused less on quick TV fixes and more on responsible dog ownership, rehabilitation, and the relationship between humans and animals. He also began speaking more openly about his struggles with depression, immigration, and failure. At the same time, he expanded his business empire. He opened the Cesar Millan Pack Project, a nonprofit foundation aimed at promoting animal rescue and education. He launched dog food lines, training products, and live seminars around the world. It was clear, Cesar Millan wasn't going anywhere. Where is he now? So, where is Cesar today? As of the 2020s, Cesar continues to work with dogs and their owners, both on and off television. His show Better Human, Better Dog airs on National Geographic, and he tours internationally with live events. He runs his dog psychology center, now located in Santa Clarita, California, on a sprawling ranch where dogs are rehabilitated and trained. He's also built an enormous online following, with millions of subscribers on YouTube and followers on Instagram, where he shares tips, success stories, and glimpses of his life with his pack of dogs. Personally, Cesar has also found love again, with his fiancée Jahira Dar. After years of heartbreak and controversy, he seems more grounded, more balanced, and more focused than ever. Conclusion. Full circle. Cesar Millan's journey has been anything but simple. From a poor farm boy in Mexico, to an undocumented immigrant sleeping on the streets, to becoming one of the most famous dog trainers in the world, to losing everything, and then fighting his way back, his story is as dramatic as any Hollywood movie. Today, Cesar is still whispering to dogs. But maybe more importantly, he's whispering to people too, reminding them that change, discipline, and healing are possible, no matter how far you've fallen. So the next time you wonder what happened to the dog whisperer, remember this: he never really disappeared. He just evolved. And if Cesar's life teaches us anything, it's that sometimes, hitting rock bottom is just the beginning of a new chapter. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, drop a comment to let me know your thoughts, and share it with someone who might find it interesting. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to join the community. We've got a lot more on the way. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.